Now confirmed, Princess Leonor turns down a royal suitor, the palace is divided. Royal marriages have always been more than love stories. They are symbols of power, duty, and destiny. For centuries, Europe's palaces have carefully arranged matches to strengthen crowns and secure legacies. In Spain, the expectation was no different. The world waited for Princess Leonor, the heir to the throne, to follow this same ancient script. But she has not. Because now, it is confirmed, Princess Leonor has turned down a royal suitor. The news has left the palace divided, shaken royal tradition, and opened a door to questions no one ever thought would be asked. And what truly happened behind those palace walls may change the way we see the future Queen of Spain forever. So why did Leonor refuse? What does this mean for her family, her crown, and her country? And how are the world's royals and citizens responding to this bold act of independence? The story begins not with the announcement itself, but with the suitor. Though the palace has not released his name officially, reports suggest he was from one of Europe's most respected houses, a man whose bloodline and position made him a perfect match by traditional standards. On paper, it was flawless, the kind of union that strengthens monarchies and unites nations. Yet Leonor, the quiet but steady young woman Spain has watched grow into her destiny, declined. Immediately, speculation exploded. Was it his character? Was it her heart? Or was it something deeper, a message that love cannot be arranged, even for a queen in waiting? Every answer seemed to open a new question, each more compelling than the last. Inside the palace, the division was immediate. King Felipe VI, who has always balanced tradition with modern expectations, is said to have respected his daughter's courage. To him, the strength to make hard choices is part of what makes a monarch. Queen Letizia, herself once a journalist who entered the monarchy from outside its aristocratic walls, reportedly supported Leonor with quiet but unwavering loyalty. Yet beyond the immediate family, within the wider circle of royal advisors and traditionalists, discontent grew. Some whispered of instability, others warned of missed opportunity. For those bound to the old ways, Leonor's rejection was not just personal, it was political. They fear it signals a weakening of the monarchy's foundation. But to many others, especially the younger generation, her decision was a breath of fresh air. They see her not as a pawn of ancient rules, but as a human being choosing her future. In Spain, streets and social media lit up with divided voices. Some celebrated Leonor as the people's princess, a young woman brave enough to place her heart before the throne. Others, however, expressed doubt. Would rejecting such an alliance cost Spain diplomatic weight? Would it leave the monarchy vulnerable? These questions echoed far beyond Madrid. Across Europe, the reactions grew even louder. In the United Kingdom, comparisons came swiftly. Commentators recalled the heartache of Princess Margaret, who was once denied the man she loved. Others remembered the fiery independence of Princess Diana, who challenged the rigidity of royal life. Was Leonor rewriting the same story, or carving a new one altogether? In Denmark, where Crown Prince Frederik's marriage to Mary Donaldson proved that love could transcend class and status, Leonor's decision was warmly welcomed. Scandinavians admired her courage, calling it a natural step toward a monarchy rooted in authenticity. In France and Belgium, analysts pointed to history, noting that the greatest threats to monarchies often came not from wars or politics, but from within their palaces, through love and marriage. And then came the whispers of romance. If Leonor refused this suitor, could it mean her heart already belongs to someone else? Some insiders hinted at a private, discreet attachment beyond the traditional circles of nobility. Others insisted it was not about another man, but about freedom itself, Leonor's right to wait, to choose, to love without pressure. Each theory fueled more speculation, each rumor adding layers to the mystery. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the United States embraced the story with fascination. To Americans, it played like a royal drama come to life, a young woman standing against centuries of tradition. Media outlets praised Leonor's independence, painting her as a heroine for a new generation of monarchs. They called her decision a revolution in a tiara. But it was in Latin America where the emotional weight was most deeply felt. Countries tied historically and culturally to Spain followed the news with intensity. Many there saw Leonor as more than just Spain's princess, they saw her as part of their own shared legacy. Her refusal of a suitor became a story of courage, independence, and the human heart defying expectation. Still, admiration did not silence the doubts. Inside the palace, questions persisted. How will this affect Spain's diplomatic ties? Will another suitor be proposed? And what happens if Leonor insists on marrying for love alone? Each unanswered question became a new story, each new story fueling curiosity. The palace's division mirrors a larger divide in society itself. Tradition versus modernity, duty versus freedom, love versus legacy. And at the very center stands Princess Leonor, balancing not only her heart but the future of Spain's crown. Infanta Sofia, Leonor's younger sister, has quietly stood by her side. Insiders reveal that the two sisters have grown even closer in recent months, bound by trust and loyalty. Sofia is said to admire Leonor's courage, yet she too feels the weight of expectation, for if her sister defies the script, what path might be written for her? The drama of a royal suitor turned away is not new. History is full of such stories. But in Leonor's case, the implications reach further. She is not just another royal. She is the heir, the first queen in waiting Spain has seen in centuries. Every choice she makes sets a precedent. Every refusal sends a message. Her no echoes louder than any yes. Imagine the private scenes within Zarzuela Palace. Advisors warning of political cost. Family conversations layered with love, fear, and uncertainty. Leonor standing firm, her resolve clear, even as centuries of tradition weigh on her shoulders. These are the unseen moments, the human heartbeats behind the headlines. And yet, for all the noise, Leonor's silence speaks volumes. She has not explained. She has not justified. In that silence, she has created one of the greatest curiosity gaps of modern royal history. The world is left to wonder, and waiting to see what she does next. The palace may be divided, but one thing is undeniable. Leonor has shown that she is willing to lead not by following the path laid before her, but by carving her own. For some, that is a threat. For others, it is the very definition of hope. And so the questions remain. Will the monarchy embrace her independence, or will it resist? Will Spain see a queen who marries for love, or will pressure eventually bend her will? And most of all, will Leonor's courage inspire a new era of royalty, or ignite a storm that tests the crown itself? One truth is clear, this is no longer just the story of a suitor refused. It is the story of a future queen declaring, even in silence, that her heart cannot be commanded. And the world, caught between admiration and uncertainty, cannot look away.